Atlus deals in a very specific kind of game as a publisher, and I'm not just talking in terms of genre, though they do tend to pretty heavily favor JRPGs. No, I'm talking about style. It seems like just about every game that comes out of Atlus USA has the same abundance of it, whether it's Persona 4, Odin Sphere, or King of Fighters. Each game has a distinctly unique style, but they all seem to come together to form a sort of cohesive, stylish whole. And the game I'm looking at this week, Catherine, fits in extremely well with the rest of the Atlus collection. But unlike a lot of those other games, it's been mostly forgotten to time, which probably has to do with how it plays. While the game has a pretty great story that's extremely well told, it isn't a JRPG. Instead, the game chooses to form itself into a puzzle game that requires you to push and pull blocks around in order to reach the top of each level. It's not a terrible system, but the puzzles get really hard really fast. Easy mode definitely helps out by giving you more continues and the ability to undo actions, and is absolutely how I would recommend playing the game, but the puzzles themselves are still extremely difficult, and they're not really where the heart of this game lies. Like a lot of the games that Atlus develops, the characters, story, and style of Catherine are absolutely top-notch. Everything's so well done. I just wish there was a true easy mode for the puzzles, something that would let you just kind of play through them and get to the good stuff. And it's not even that Catherine's story is particularly revelatory in any real way. It follows the travails of a young man as he deals with feelings surrounding a long-term relationship and a newly forming fling with a young seductress. Pretty rote stuff, but the way it tells it is absolutely fantastic. As you progress through each day of the game's calendar schedule, you spend some time at the bar reading and replying to texts, talking to your friends, other bar patrons, but then during your nights you have recurring nightmares where you have to solve the puzzles. Talking to other bar patrons helps tell the overarching story of the game, and being able to choose between different lines for text messages really makes it feel like you're in control of the narrative without going the blunt route that most games choose with a dialogue wheel or a long list of narrative choices. But the problem is that the bulk of Catherine is still those puzzles. The whole game is just chock full of really great ideas and concepts that don't reach their full potential. The story is a kind of tired premise with an extremely well done storytelling mechanic set. The puzzles have some really neat ideas that come together to make a really confusing overall structure. Each individual component of the game comes so close to greatness and falters on one thing or another. But as an overall package, Catherine is absolutely worth playing despite its faults. You'll often find yourself frustrated in the puzzle sections even on easy, but you'll almost certainly be compelled to continue by the story and the characters it has to offer. Every Friday, I look at a game that was either ignored when it came out or has been forgotten since. Games that people have missed. If you like that idea, be sure to subscribe so you can see the latest videos. If you like this video in particular, be sure to hit that like button, and thanks for watching.